What's up, guys? It's your boy Chad from Defund Simping. We have a special guest all the way on the East Coast, the Black Spider guy who's probably been banned more times than Alex Jones on the internet. He's happy to be. I'm happy to have him on the show. Please make a round of applause for your boy Black Spider guy.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me on here, bro. I appreciate you, man.
My pleasure, dog. So it's been a long time coming. I first started on on TikTok. I'd see this not the same, but you, Dreism, Selnikim, myself, and a couple other
Mm.
guys were the most popular, and I'd see you often. And I've been lucky. I've been my account's been banned for a week, but never taken away. They've threatened taken
Uh,
away one time, just once, and I repealed and got it back. But
mm,
other than that, just bans for a week off of video. It's crazy. They give me a community guideline. I appeal
mm.
it. They go, okay, you're right. We didn't make a mistake. This wasn't hate speech, but they still ban me for a week, which is super
Yeah,
weird.
they got weird policies on TikTok, and I think that's mainly because their demographic and who they're aiming towards. That's probably what it is. Anytime children are involved, there are harder restrictions on things, you know?
Absolutely. So I want to, introduce you real quick. So first, what got you into making TikToks about female nature, masculinity, etc.?
Well, honestly, man, for a long time, I was actually just watching things like Better Bachelor,
Okay.
Think Before You Sleep, stuff like that, Replicant Fish, and Steph is Cold, just listening to these guys all the time. But when I went on TikTok,
Okay.
it seemed like there was just a complete attack on men in general, just
Yeah.
unleashing. And I think what really got me really ticked off was when they started doing this whole kill men trend.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, so are we just allowing this on TikTok right now? And no man was like fighting it. It seemed like there were some men that were agreeing with it. Well, they're not saying kill all men to mean kill all men. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. It's crazy.
So, I decided to go on and I was like, well, I wanted to go on in a way that wouldn't you know, take my livelihood away. So I was like, okay, let me put on a mask, let me mask myself, but let me mask myself in the guise of a character that I really appreciate and who I think is someone that's trying to be friendly. He's your friendly neighborhood spider guy, So I'm just like, okay, cool. I like that. He's not trying to destroy or kill anyone, but he's trying to call out the BS and fight. And I just incorporated some of this and some of that, and boom, here I am. But definitely had to do a lot of rebranding as time went on because, as you know, Disney owns Spider-Man. So I ended up having to change up my name, my wording, and I didn't think of Black Spider Guy Advice like off of the whim. It
Yeah.
changed
It
multiple
changed.
times. I got banned at 160,000, then I got banned at 350,000, and then I got banned at 100,000, and I just keep going on. Now I'm at 94,000, and it's you keep getting banned, but I honestly see it as a baptism, honestly.
Got you, man. That's cool. What got me on was I actually used to make like funny satire female nature videos on Twitter, and
Mm,
they do really really well. And then when TikTok came around, my friends were like, "Yo, you should try to do TikTok." And at the time, TikTok was a bunch of 15-year-olds shaking their hips, so I didn't really want to be associated with TikTok at the moment. And then
right.
my friends said, "Bro, just download it and just look." And I'm seeing all these videos of these creators where I know I'm way more outgoing, better looking, intellectual. I know
Mm,
I'd smoke them, right?
right.
So I was like, okay, I think it's game time. So I started posting videos, and first I didn't know what my niche was going to be. Then it hit me.
Mm,
Wait a minute, like I just post the same stuff that was already going viral, and then it picked up quick. And from zero to 55K, it was just like just an easy rise. Then around
mm.
55K, around December, I got hit with the feminist movement. That's when I got. That's when they found me. That's when they found me.
Yeah.
So, um, so saying that, now we gotta get to the next topic is what made you knowledgeable? Because what happens is it takes to me it takes a man. There's a word I'm looking for. I'm not sure what the word is, but I'll explain it.
Mm,
When someone is willing to say, I don't know the answers. I'm willing to
right.
learn. Because if you ask any man on the street, do you know about girls? Go, yeah, of course, bro. Of course I do. Most men
Mm,
don't, right? So for
right.
me or you to go to the internet and go, okay, like, how to date or something, something like that, right? It's like it takes
Hmm.
no humility, right? You have to
Oh
really,
yeah.
be willing to say, even though I'm a grown man at 21, 22, I don't know. I don't know
Hmm.
female nature. I want to learn it, right? So what
Hmm.
made you like? Is there an origin story that made you want to learn it?
Well, I was in college and I was with a girl for about 3 years, man. I didn't go to parties. I didn't hang out with other girls. I was really devoted to this woman. And she was my everything. I was in love with this chick. This is who I'm gonna be with. I went over her parents' house. I'm hearing noises in the background. I'm just chilling. I'm thinking that she's in trouble. I go to the back. I find her getting d down by this Mexican dude, and I'm just like,
Wait. You're in her house. Wait. Was this an unexpected visit, or you're
no,
just in the house chilling? Like,
no, no, no. So I was like, yo, I'm off today. Let me go
oh,
see this chick.
unexpected visit.
Yeah,
Okay,
unexpected.
okay.
So, I knock on the door. Her mother lets me in. She's like, she's in the back. I don't know. She didn't know that there was someone in the house, I guess. She's chilling. So she went back to her room and back to sleep because I was knocking on the door. So I'm chilling in the living room, just waiting. I hear shouting, yelling, and I'm me thinking, oh my God, something's going on. I don't know. I was very immature back then. Ran into the back and I found her getting d down by this guy. Mind you, this girl told me she was gonna wait until she got married. She was very
Oh, that's even
Christian.
worse.
Yep, I was willing to hold back. I was like, you know what? She's a good woman. I'm not gonna force myself or try to do anything. I was
Wow.
that good guy, yeah, man. And then she's getting beat down by this guy. It turns out she was pregnant and she had been beat down by this guy for about 5 months into our third year of our relationship. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. So I was in a deep dark place, bro. It was rough. She's like, come back. I'm like, no, no, I'm good.
You know
And
what? Guys, if you're not watching this on YouTube, for watching this listen to this on Spotify, there was a pause because like I was just like, damn, like that hurt me. Because here's the thing, it'd be different if they were already banging. All right,
mm,
it still hurt. Don't worry, it still hurt. But
of
the
course.
fact that she's putting on this, I'm a good woman. I'm waiting for that ring. I'm waiting for that time we walk down the aisle in that white dress, and she's getting her back blown out weekly by another
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
And there could be even more. There could be more than one guy. Who knows?
Yeah, because what's funny? After um, a couple of weeks went by, that same guy sent me pictures of her just like completely scantily clad, no clothes. And he was like, bro, don't feel bad. She's been a hoe even before you even knew her. And I was like, what? So it was this whole Pandora's box of me realizing I thought I knew this person, but I never knew her at all for 3 years. And I was just like, it really took me down a peg. And I was like, I really don't know anything. I don't even know anything about myself. I thought I knew myself. I didn't know. It just put question marks on everything, on everything.
Man, like, okay, I hardly get down in the dumps. Like a girl may have me down the dumps for a day or two max,
Mm,
but I'm back to my everyday life.
right,
I
right,
say
right,
down
right.
when I say down the dumps, boys, I'm saying like I wake up thinking about her. I'm in the gym thinking. It's like I'm still living life. Like I sound like I'm in my bed listening to freaking Drake take the Take Care album all day. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I'm still living my life, but she's just clouding my brain. That's
Mm-hmm,
what I mean by down in the dumps.
mm-hmm.
This may have me in bed. Like a
Yeah,
3 year relationship,
yeah,
and
man.
she's marketing herself as this wholly different girl while being a totally different girl with somebody else.
Oh yeah.
And to
And then I
me,
got and then I got somebody texting me pictures of her naked, and it's just like,
yeah, dog, like that's a tough pill to swallow, man. And
mm,
it's good that you use that pain to make something of yourself,
mm.
because you easily could have become an incel.
Oh
Easily.
yeah,
Like
oh yeah,
that
like
that's
that.
an incel story.
I'm not
That
gonna lie. For a minute, bro, I was like that, bro. I was like, oh, women, oh, women. I used to be like that, man. It was like that. I don't need them. Women are just garbage. I used to be like that, man, straight up. And then I started watching Steph is Cold, and then that's when I started my journey. Started listening more about. Wait a minute, I need to start figuring out what it means to be a man first before I even try to dwell into understanding what a woman is. Then once I understood what I was, which took like another 2 years to really figure that out. Then I was like, okay, now that I'm armed with understanding who I am, now I can start learning what women are. Started learning, listening to Jordan Peterson, started reading what is it? What's this one book I was reading? I think it was it's a red pill book. Everyone
Rational
quotes it.
male, rational
Yes,
male.
yes, Rational Male, Rational Male. That changed my life. 81 Maxims of Power changed my life. Just realizing that it's okay to be a man, because again, I was very much blue pilled and I thought that, I can't curse at a girl. I can't call a girl the B word. I can't do this and I can't say that. I got to be a good little boy. I was like one of those guys. And it was just realizing it now. It's just like I was such a freaking simp, man. It's just,
So let's talk about that, man. I feel like some men are born with it, as in they kind of get what it means to get with girls and they get that bad boy persona. That wasn't
mm,
me. I was definitely raised to where my thoughts on how to get a girl is whoever puts in the most effort should win her over, right?
mm,
That makes sense. Whoever's giving you the most time, affection, love, attention, that should be the guy that they should choose. Why
right.
would you choose a guy that's not even calling you or texting or taking you out, and you're
Mm,
and you're rejecting the guy that is putting in lots of effort, get to know you, like you, right? So my biggest issue was I thought men thought like women. For example, I'll give you an example.
mm-hmm,
For me, if I text a woman every day, damn near, I like her. But a girl can text you every day and not like you,
mm-hmm.
right? So another thing is too, it's if a woman gave me effort, like she'd call me, text me, have make plans with me sometimes, pay for me sometimes. That's the girl I'm gonna wife up. But
Right.
the guy that does that, she may not all girls will do this, but some girls will take that and take advantage of you, right? So
Oh
they're
yeah.
they're smashing the bad boy who calls them at 1 a.m., but they're taking all the validation and resources from the guy that really, really likes them,
Yeah, I
right?
just think I think it is mainly it's just because, when you first start off, when you're 18, 19 years old, you're kind of told or taught to think similarly to a girl, honestly. I feel like they're constantly telling us there's no difference between men and women. There's no difference. We're all equals, but it's like no, there are huge, drastic differences. And it's actually very dangerous to tell men that women think in the same way because all that happens is a lot of these guys get used, like you were saying.
Yeah, and we can talk about that because it's funny. So I made a video yesterday where
Mm,
a lot of times girls are always making videos saying men don't see us as more than sex. Well, if a man is looking just for that in that point of
mm,
his life, yeah, he probably will, right?
mm,
And here's the thing: men, just like women go through phases of life, men through go phases of life. So it's like eventually I'm gonna want more than that. So I'm gonna see you for more than that. But I'm
mm,
just looking for that. That yeah, you may be that type of girl for me. And to go a step further, how men and women view friendships.
mm,
For example, I was having a debate with this loser one time, and I was telling him, dude, 9 to 8 times out of 10, take 8 dudes, eight, no, sorry, 10 men, put them in a line, put
right.
in a very attractive woman walking down the street. He's not going to think, wow, I can't wait to be her friend. It's wow, I can't wait to blow her back out. That's our
Right.
instinct.
Exactly.
Procreate, right? While
Right.
women, they'll see an attractive guy and go, okay, well, let me see. He's attractive. Doesn't mean I want to bang him though. Let me see like how he treats me, see how he acts, and I can put him in the category of friend zone, like friend zone,
Mm-hmm.
relationship, or just dropping D off type of guy. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Where it's like a lot of times how men and women see friends are completely different. Because like I think Andrew Tate made this point where it's like being friends with a woman, she gets all the perks and benefits while you don't.
Exactly. I think I said this before in one of my videos myself. I was like, the difference between a relationship and a friendship is physical fun. That's literally it. And I'm like, if you're friends with this chick and you're buying her coffee and you're hanging out with her in the park and you're taking her to the movies, bro, you're her boyfriend, but you're not getting the boyfriend
Intimacy.
treatment.
Yeah, no
You,
intimacy. Yeah,
there's no intimacy, but you're treating her like a girlfriend. And they go, no,
exactly.
no, 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 no. I'm being a friend. And I'm like, wow, the fact that you don't understand what's going on is like crazy. I used to be that way, but it's
Me
like now
too,
that
man.
you realize it, it's just like yeah, you feel bad.
You know, one thing that really changed my life is I got more selfish. Before, I was
Yes.
always trying to please everybody. Let's just say I
Yes.
was talking to a girl and I really liked her. And obviously, I was being too everything, too nice, no backbone, couldn't say no, always
Mm-hmm.
complimentive, you know. So she saw me as like the friend, right?
Right,
And
right.
if she, when I told her, hey, look, I'm feeling you, she's like, oh, no, I see her as a friend. In my mind, okay, what makes her happy? Friendship. Okay, I'll be her friend. But I
Mm.
didn't want that, right? So one thing I got better at, I tell guys to, is be hella
Mm-hmm.
selfish. Because you know what? I guarantee you, there's two girls who try to friend zone me this year, two, and I tell
Right.
them to their face, I'm good. I don't need your friendship, right? They
Nice.
so we may not have been friends anymore, but I know for a fact they respected me way more because they know
Oh, they do.
Chad has a backbone. He's not gonna let me put him in the category where I just talk to him on FaceTime about my issues, not my girlfriend problems. He's like, nah, either we're in an intimate relationship or we're nothing because I'm not being your freaking friend.
Yeah, a lot of guys are afraid to say no. I've come to find a lot of guys want to say maybe, well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep her around. Maybe if I stay her friend, she'll transform. It's like, no, bro. No, no, no. You need to say no. And a lot of guys are afraid to be alone. They're like, oh, this is the best I can do, you
facts.
know?
You
And
know,
it's like, I understand, man. Like being lonely is rough, but sometimes as a man, or most of the time as a man, you're gonna be alone. So you need to just take that time as a reprieve to grind on yourself, make yourself better, so that when that girl does come, shit will get better.
yeah, I'm always making videos on my TikTok about me walking away, and some guys, will clown me in the comments. Well, you didn't get with her, and I said, bro, that's not the point. If I'm gonna get with a
Exactly.
chick, it's on my terms, right?
Mm,
It's on my terms. Like there's this
mm.
one chick. It was a classic shit test. She goes, hey, I don't know if I want to see you today, right? Just testing me, and I said, here, I'll make it easy for you. I'll see you later with like a little waving emoji.
Nice.
And she hit me back with the oh, it's just kidding, relax, right?
Hmm.
Most dudes, well, why? Like we made plans. Like got him, got him. Now she's like, oh, jump, okay, do a trick, okay, now sit. Like no,
Yo,
like
bro, by the way, I gotta say, man, when you be posting those texts and stuff, they're all
yeah,
the receipts you got, you are good, man. You are a beast with that, man. You have mastered that closing ability pretty damn like bravo to you, man. Like I
thank
just gotta
you.
give you props for that.
Thank you, man. I think it's important that I show people the receipts, because for a lot of people, it's easy to talk about this shit. It's easy to read Rollo Tomasi's book and just regurgitate what he said, but to
Mm-hmm.
actually apply it to your Hinge messages, Tinder messages, texts, I want to show these guys I'm actually in the field talking to pretty women and doing this stuff for real. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That's important because they got to see it. They got to see that, yo, this guy's talking it and showing it, you know?
mm-hmm.
So I think it's very important. Since you brought up closing, let's talk about closing. So when I'm on these dating apps, fellas, I heard multiple girls say this. I'm not on dating apps to match with anybody, to get to know anybody. It's strictly for my validation.
Oh yeah.
I want to know that I get hundreds and hundreds of matches. No, no, thousands. Because how it works is Tinder's 80% men, 20% women. So in a
Mm-hmm.
day, 700 dudes will swipe on her. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
she wants to get that validation. So if she does start to message you, right, just know that it
Mm-hmm.
could be mostly just for that validation hit. That's why I tell guys,
Mm-hmm.
dude, skip the whole talking to her for like a week, 2, 3 days. I told dude, you probably seen it, 5 to 6 messages and you're closing. Reason why I say five to
Mm-hmm.
six, little intro, may ask where she's from, what she does for work, may a little friendly banter back and forth, and then go for the
Mm-hmm.
close. What that does is it limits, like, okay, I tell guys this, your goal is to give her this much. For guys listening on Spotify, think I'm putting my index finger and my thumb super close together, like super close. Your job is to give her this much validation, no, this much non-sexual attention to get her sexual attention in
It's
person.
it's like an investment in a business. You
Yes,
you want
like
to invest a little bit of money, and you want to get interest on that, and then watch that just grow and
you
just
want a
shoot
big
to the moon.
ROI. You want a big ROI,
Exactly.
return on
Because
investment.
if you invest a whole bunch of money in the beginning of a business and you don't get anything for that, in fact you're in the negative, bro, you lost. That's how I look at it. I look at it as a business.
Yeah, man.
I've incorporated a lot of what you've shown on your page because I watch your page,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, man, this guy is good. I've incorporated a lot of your stuff, man. It's definitely really good, man. It helps because
Oh
like
yeah,
what you
man.
said makes perfect sense, man. At the end of the day, they utilize these systems, dating apps and whatnot, to boost the ego. You got fives, fours, threes going on there, getting their egos boosted. That's why you see on TikTok these girls who are threes and fours going, I know my worth. I'm gonna get a man that's a 10
Hey,
after
do
getting
do
their
your thing, bro.
egos boosted, you
Yeah,
know?
man. Yeah. So with dating apps, fellas, this is on the topic. It's a very to me, it's okay. A lot of men are on dating apps. I'm on dating apps, but I meet most of the girls in person. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because for me, I go out, but I don't party. I'll explain. I go out, but I'll babysit one drink the whole night.
There you go.
So I'm not really drinking. So I'm out, I'm socializing, I'm meeting people, but I'm not
Mm,
drunk. You know what I
there
mean?
you go.
That's not good because I definitely want to be at the gym in the morning. So I don't want to be drunk. But
Smart man.
for example, last night met a smoke show of a chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
On New Year's Eve in San Diego. And because I'm and since the rapport was made in person. Now, mind you, if I were to DM'd her, she mean, okay, he's cute. We'll see. But I met her. I had great conversation. I'm
Mm-hmm.
10 times more likely to get that date because she saw me in person. She felt my energy. She knew I was socially inept. Like I can hold conversation. I'm not awkward. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
weird. Like so she's way more likely to give me a date. But just off a dating app or IG, she she doesn't really she just sees your messages and your pictures. She doesn't get to feel
Mm-hmm.
you out really. So
Mm-hmm.
you're just on dating apps, fellas, you're gonna really limit your dating pool. It's best to get out there and get your feet dirty, or
Real life is the best way. Also, girls, they're all about safety too. A lot of these girls, they'll
true,
find
yeah,
you attractive online, but they don't want to be stolen or kidnapped. Like, I had one girl say, you're very attractive, but you look like you could be a serial killer too, jokingly, of course. And I'm just like,
yeah,
wow, girls really out here also they're afraid. They hear these stories that happen on the news. So,
true.
you know, dating apps aren't always it. Like you said, best way to really meet a girl is in real life.
Got you. So since we're on the topic of real life, I'm down to give some game on real life as well. So for
Mm,
me, fellas, there's two ways to approach. It's called the whole choosing signal thing, which we'll talk about, or
mm,
there's the cold approach. The girl from last night, so ended up meeting two girls. I made out with one chick at when the ball dropped. Then
right.
I met the other chick like 12:45, 1 a.m. So
Okay, okay.
the hotter girl was after, not the girl I made out with. So after, what happens is she kept walking past me with her friends. And when she walked past me, she gave me that look, right? And it was
Mm,
quick. It was quick. She did to me twice. So that was more than enough data I needed to collect to go up and talk to her. And then she was with two girls. So it was a total of three of them. So I
mm-hmm.
walked up to the group and I addressed her friends first, not the girl I wanted, her friends.
Smart
And
move.
I say, excuse me, ladies, I'm sorry to bother you, but your friend here, she's great. Is she single? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, she talked to her. They shoved me right to her. Like, and she was
Nice.
blushing red because like guys, girls talk. When girls do the walk around the bar a bunch of times, they're doing that to collect data themselves. Who's hot
Mm-hmm.
here? Who's attractive? And they're collecting data. Okay, guy in the black leather jacket. That's what I was wearing. It's cute. Like,
Nice.
I guarantee they had that conversation. So I walked up to that group. They're already grinning as I'm walking close. Like, okay, bitch, here he comes. Like they're already grinning. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I walked up to him and I said, "Oh, your friend." Like, "Oh, yes." Pushed me right to her and they walked off. You
Nice.
know, so that's what I did, fellas. But choosing signals, you go first. So what are some choosing signals you notice or you tell your clients and stuff like that?
I mean, a lot of my interactions happen in the gym. I'm a busy guy, so I'm just always like working, and I come home, or I'm in the gym, or I'm out in the park. And honestly, like you were saying, I think it's universal to say girls are not gonna go up to you.
Nah, they
That's
won't. They'll
one.
look. Yeah,
Yeah, girls are not gonna go up to you, and that's because they know we're gonna go up to them, and they want
facts.
a man to go up to them anyway, because that's a choosing signal in itself, a shit test to see if this man has the balls to do so, right?
Absolutely.
So again, I look for looks. I mean, I was in the gym one time, I was lifting, and this girl had her boyfriend. Boyfriend walked away. She's still looking at me. I go up to her and I say, "Hey, are you lifting that weight right?" And she's like, "Oh no, could you just show me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can show you." So I'm moving her arms and I'm being
And you're
professional.
bold. You're bold, yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm being professional, but I'm like, adjust your posture. I put my hand on her back and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm like, "By the way, I've trained some people. Would you want to conversate a little bit further?" She's like, "Sure." I add her on the IG. Now she's got a boyfriend, right? But I still talk to her. We've had some things. And then when I'm in the gym, I keep it cordial. When I see her boyfriend, I'm like, "What's up, bro?" And I keep it moving. Now, is that messed up? Maybe, but hey,
Cold
man,
world. It's a cold world, man.
it's a cold world. And for me, again, like you said, when I see that invitation of you looking at me continuously, or I feel like you're constantly getting closer to me. A lot of girls do that too.
Yeah.
You're getting closer to me, and I feel like you're opening up a space towards me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over and I'm going to ask, "What's your name?"
Got you.
And I've been rejected plenty of
Yeah,
times.
me too, bro.
It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me at
It don't matter to me
all.
at all. It shouldn't.
I love it
Yeah.
actually because all it does is harden me for the next one and the next one, honestly. And it just, like you said, real life, just constantly just trying to shoot your shot when you feel that vibe and just learning when to react is the best way to get a girl, bro.
Got you. So I'll give you guys some of my favorite choosing signals. So number one, guys, the basic look. I like to wait for at least two of them. But sometimes if she looks at you and holds eye contact for like 2, 3 seconds, that's a go. Like, but if it's
Oh
like a
yeah.
quick, like a pop, okay, maybe got lucky. Another one, okay, we're going for an approach.
Mm-hmm.
A second one is I call it the vicinity test. So let's say you're in the club or a bar or wherever you're at, and you see a girl kind of far away eyeing you. Then you
Mm-hmm.
go back to what you're doing with your boys. All of a sudden, you look up and she's like within arm's reach now. Now here's the catch though, guys. When they are within arm's reach, they may act like you don't exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were eyeing you down over there, but when it came time to get close to you, they're like in la la land. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I take the risk and I just go up and talk to them anyway, and
Okay.
usually it works. Third
Nice. You
thing,
have to take that. You have to be willing to take that risk.
true. Another choosing signal is dumb conversations. So, dumb conversations are compliments because girls hardly give compliments to guys they find ugly, right?
Right.
So I've had girls walk up to me, "Oh my god, like your flannel, like where's it from?" It's like they don't really care where it's from. They're not gonna go shop there and buy it.
Right.
So I take that as a choosing signal. She's not gonna come
Mm-hmm.
up to me and say, "Hey, you're cute." She's gonna say, "Oh, nice flannel." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a way.
Because girls hate rejection, so they're gonna try and aim their compliment on something that can't
They
really
can't get
reject
rejected.
them.
Yeah. So that's another one. And a last one, I would say touch. Now, if she's going behind you and she like her hand hits your shoulder, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
if she, one time I was at a bar and this group of two girls, no, group of three, one went to the
Mm-hmm.
bathroom and she felt bad because she thought she was cutting me. So she didn't
Mm-hmm.
go back up to the front with her girl. She stayed behind me. I was like, "Oh, like you're with your girls, right?" So she's like, "Yeah, you can go ahead and go." She's like, "Oh my God, thank you." Put her hand on my shoulder and
Mm-hmm.
dropped it slow to my bicep
Ooh.
and to my elbow. I'm like, okay,
Right.
that she's choosing because if she found me ugly, she'd be like, "Okay, thanks," and like walk by without
Right.
even trying to touch me, right? So those are some of my choosing signals I look out for. And guys, it comes down to me being socially inept and aware because girls can like almost look at their girls and give certain looks and they know what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
They're
mean?
very keen on that body language stuff.
Yeah, they know. And here's let's talk. So you said body language, just let's talk body language. That's so important. Like to me, body language is everything.
It's like
For example,
89% of every conversation.
exactly. So, fellas, so you go talk to a girl at the gym, right? And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, is easy. Spotify, I'm sorry, you have to just do your best. Is like, let's say you go up to a girl, right, and her shoulders are facing, they're square to the mirror, but not you. So you're talking to her from a side angle, and she's still facing the mirror. And you go up to her, "Hey, what's your name?" She takes an earphone out and keeps it like very close to her ear, and she's talking to you over her shoulder, like this. She's not
Mm-hmm.
interested.
Facts.
Because if she was interested, she'd probably take both out and turn her shoulders towards you.
To give
That's
you all that
that's
attention.
open body language. Like she's trying to listen. But if
Mm.
she's talking to you over her shoulder with her earphone barely out of her ear and she's looking at you like what? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. More of
That's
an
not good.
agitated kind of thing.
That's not good body language. So you always want to make sure in talking to a girl, do you get her to square up to you? You know, do you get her
Oh,
to
you know what would actually be interesting? I feel like this would be something that you could definitely do, since
yeah,
you're in that area,
yeah.
where you could just have a test of have a maybe like 10 guys and have a couple of girls, and just don't have the females speak and just have the guys guess what each movement that they do means. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be really dope to see because again, most guys, dude, so socially unaware. You know, I've seen
Hmm.
guys at bars where the girl's walking and he grabs her wrist, huge mistake, and she's talking to him like this, like, "Yeah, what's up?" And like she's legit walking away from him, and he's still he grabs her wrist and starts walking with her too, and you can tell like she's not down, but
Hmm.
he just doesn't see that. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
a lot of
And
guys are not aware of what they're doing and the mistakes they're making.
And that's why I find it funny when girls try to shame me for teaching men game. It's like, dude,
They be
most
shaming
men,
you?
oh, dude, oh, trust me. Oh, yeah, bro. I get plenty of hate. So
Jeez,
yeah,
man, I'm sorry.
yeah, oh, tons. So it's like men need to know game because women are okay. When men know game, it makes dating easier for women.
Very true.
When men are not socially inept and don't know, it puts women in more awkward situations. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like if a guy watched my channel and thoroughly like osmosis adopted everything, the world would be a
hmm.
better place.
That's true.
You know,
Girls wouldn't have to guess.
girls wouldn't be catcalled, girls wouldn't be touched in clubs, girls
Mm.
wouldn't be like yelled at across the like. Trust me, if guys had not adopted the mentality I have, girls would enjoy dating 100% more.
And
You
men would
know,
have a lot more mental peace too on top of that.
facts. And so curious
Mm,
for let's talk first date. You know, a lot of men, have questions about first dates. We can get into that.
mm.
So let's just start on like not even you're at the date yet, the back end, like before the date even starts. Do you have any game or things you like to do before the date even starts?
Before the date?
Yeah, but for the I know I do, but like, do you have anything that you do before the date even starts?
I mean, honestly, I go through my emails. I'm looking at my stocks. I'm looking at my crypto.
I mean, more
I'm not.
so here, I'll go first, and maybe you'll get what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Okay.
So a lot of guys make it's not a huge mistake, but I don't like saying this. Don't ask her, are we still on today?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'll go first and you can go second. Now you get what I'm saying. So
Got you.
are we still on today? That's a question. I don't like asking girls questions because girls are indecisive.
Hmm.
You make statements. Hey, looking forward to seeing you at 6:30. Boom, that's it. And if
Okay.
she bails, she bails. But when you ask her a question, are we still on? Now she's thinking, are we? Wait, hold on. Let me see if I'm busy now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
make statements with women. Don't ask them questions, make statements and let them tell you no. You know what I mean?
Got
That's
you.
the first thing. And second thing, guys, is try your best to have a clean car. You know what I mean? Like don't ever get in to the driver's seat and you have to move jackets and move water balls. Like, dude, like have the floor should be clean where her feet are, and the seat should have no clutter. Like you knew she was
Yeah, you
coming
definitely
down.
don't want to be junky. But now that I understand, because I'm in New York City, so
It's different.
we don't have cars per se. We have
True.
trains and Uber, but
Facts.
what you're saying makes 100%, sense. With me personally, I don't really text, "Hey, are we still on?" or any of that. I'll just say, "See you at the time." I'll say, "See you at 8 or see you at 9," and I'll be
Exactly.
at the venue. And if she's not there, I have a second rule. If the girl doesn't show up, well, I'm at the venue. I'm having a good time either way. I'm always making sure that irregardless of if she shows up or not, I'm having a good time. You know.
See, so you're a different breed. This is what I do. I've seen so many TikToks of guys taking showers, getting their car cleaned, getting a new outfit, get their haircut, show up to the date, and then she fuck or she sorry, bleep that out. She ends up bailing, right?
Right, right.
So it's like, bruh, this is what I do now. I'm always late-ish on the first date.
Mm.
Why? Not on purpose, but I don't even get ready till she says she's on her way.
Oh, nice. That's
I don't.
different.
Like I will be in my bed chilling, right? And then when she
Right.
says I'm on my way, okay, cool. I already know what I'm gonna wear. Okay, bop, 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 pants, shirt, pants, shoes. Hey, I'll be 5 minutes late. Oh, no big deal. I'm in traffic anyway.
You treat it
So
like it's a regular event. That's pretty cool. I treat it as if I'm not even on a date.
exactly, which is dope. But here's the thing, man. I know for a fact if I'm all suave, good cologne on, sit down, get my text messages, she goes, "You're gonna hate me, but now my vibe is off.
Oh, I see.
Now my vibe is off because I was expecting to be here. Oh, table for two, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm
I see.
sitting down by
Right.
myself, watching all these other couples and first date people around me. I'm like, dang.
Hmm.
So I know my vibe. Now, if I let's just say this, I'm going out to the bars tonight with my boys, come
Hmm.
through, and she doesn't come, that's fine. I'm at a
Right.
bar with a bunch of hot girls. I'm cool. But if it's like
Mm.
a more like a restaurant type of bar, or like a more like a intimate bar where no one's, it's not like a bunch of people standing up. It's people at tables.
Hmm.
I feel my vibe is off. So I don't even get ready till a chick says I'm about to leave. Or
Mm.
this is also another one. I'm getting ready now. Like she's doing her hair and makeup. So that's when I go,
Okay.
okay, she's committed. She's in this thing because
I see
she's
I
getting
see what you're
ready.
saying. You're not trying to waste the most valuable thing, which is time,
Nope.
you know.
And I make sure if she bails, I make sure I just work on defund simping. Either it's promoting Patreon, you taking my YouTube videos and turn them into TikTok content. Just do my best to.
Yeah, because this is 24 hours a day work. This is 24
Yeah.
hours.
There's never not something to do when you have a YouTube channel or TikTok. There's always content to be made, things to be
Oh
edited,
yeah.
etc. So
Hmm.
moving on. So now she's in your car, right? You guys are talking
Right.
at the time. On this date, fellas, you want to make sure that you're not doing too much talking about yourself. Dead ass guys, last
Hmm.
night, a girl asked me what I do for a living, looked at her dead in her face and I say, I sell things. What do you sell? They're illegal. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, ooh, like what kind of stuff? I'm like, if I told you, could you keep a secret? Like, dude, just really
Become a mystery.
just drawing her because guys, the biggest thing about women is their emotions, how you make them feel, and let
Mm.
their imagination run wild. Just let it
Mm.
run wild. So
Mm.
she ended up asking me almost 6 questions. So I said, okay, well, I do sell marijuana, right? I don't. But even by the way I said it, I make sure I said it in a tone where it sounds like I'm joking, right?
Hmm.
So she was like, damn, like, I feel like you're lying to me, but like, I don't know. I can't tell. I'm like, well, hey, if you ever need a gram, hit me up. You know what I mean? Like,
You're
I just,
being extreme. You're being extremely indifferent. You're being
extremely
indifferent.
different. And she probably went home going, damn, like, he's a mystery. I don't know what he does. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Even so, guys, even if you're a barista, you can find a way to make your job a mystery. You know what I mean? Where she
Facts,
doesn't really
man.
know much about you. So I like to mess around with that question. What do you do for work? I like to mess around with that one. And I try to make sure I ask her questions. I make her go, right? So
Hmm.
some people might think this is corny, but I don't care what they think. I'll ask them questions like, if time and money were, you had all of it, you had all the time and all the money, what would you do? Oh, I'd be a
Mm.
veterinarian. Okay. Have a drink, put it down. So why aren't you doing that?
Mm.
Well, and they start talking about it. And as they're talking about it, I'll paraphrase. Hold on. So you said you would be a veterinarian if you had more money. Well, what if I just start like just breaking
You
what they're
make them
saying?
talk more than you talk, and as they talk about themselves, they still know less about you, keeping the mystery, but also making sure you have conversation at the same time.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure I'm asking her questions that really make her think, because I want her to go
Mm.
home going, damn, like I've had boyfriends of like a year, 6 months, 4 months, and we've never gotten that deep. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
I've had
girls,
that. I've had them say that shit over and over again. Wow,
yeah,
you're so deep. I never had a conversation like this before. I never thought we'd be talking about this, stuff like that.
facts. So, when you do that, that really helps the conversation. Again, girls are all about their feelings. If you make them feel a certain way, they'll be into you. And lastly, before I hand over to you, is I would just say, do your best not to qualify yourself. As in,
Hmm.
oh, by the way, I've been to 5 countries. I own these cars. I know Drake's cousin, but I basically know Drake because Drake's cousin. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be trying to,
Don't nerd out. Don't
yeah, don't
nerd out.
don't try to qualify yourself to her. You know, if you want to be the prize, you have to act like it. So don't
Yes.
try to convey crazy value. Let her find that out for herself because she'll
Mm.
respect it a lot more.
100%, bro. 100%.
Yes. So another thing on the first date. All right. So to me, this is what I do. When in regards to making a move on the first date,
Mm,
if the vibe was very indifferent, as in
mm,
I we weren't flirting, I couldn't tell there's any type of sexual tension. It felt
mm,
like two coworkers on a lunch break. I don't make
mm,
a move on her, and I don't text
mm.
her forever if she doesn't text me. Because now, mind you, if we had a really average date and then she
Okay.
texts me, okay, she must like me enough to freaking put her ego to the side and text me. I'll give it
Okay.
another shot. But we had an average date and she didn't text me. She doesn't like me like that. And also,
100%.
I totally believe in taking on the masculine burden and paying for the first date. So I'm not going to take another risk and pay for another date. You know what I mean?
Okay. I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yeah,
Somebody taking on the masculine role of paying for
bro.
the first date.
I'll pay for it because to me to me it's just setting the tone, you know.
Okay.
So to me it's just setting the tone. We'll talk about that in a second, you know. So I believe in paying for the for the first date. So it's like if you're a mid first one, I don't
Mm,
want to invest in you again. So I'm good off that. But
mm,
here's another thing: if I really feel like the girl's into me, I can tell the eye contact. If I touch her a little bit, she'll touch me right back. I may not want to kiss on the first date because
mm.
sometimes it's almost like teasing them a little bit. You know,
Okay.
like for example, last night the chick who I was the hotter one, dude, I know for a fact I could have kissed her last night easily
Mm, right.
because just the way she was standing almost on my shoes, like she was like so close to me, and the eye
Nice.
contact she gave me was just like take it from me. And then when she left last night, she gave me a hug, and as I let her go, she was still like right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she like
Mm-hmm.
stayed. And then I put my hand out, like, okay, have a good night. And she grabbed my hand and squeezed it, like, don't go. So I'm like, I
Damn,
knew that
okay,
mess with her,
man.
bro. I knew that mess with her. So sometimes when
You're
she's
building up
really
tension.
into me, I'll let it simmer. But if it's like she's kind into me. I can kind of tell. I'll go for it just to make sure she is into
Right.
me. But when it's obvious, like so, I think it's overt. So no, and it's covert. Covert being as like it's being shown heavily. You know, I'm not
Right,
sure.
right,
I
right.
forget it. It's shown heavily. I won't go for it. It's that because I know for a fact I can see her again. But
Nice,
you
man.
mentioned a point I want to talk about. What's your stance on paying on the first date?
So, I'm kind of an
Okay.
and I'm not just gonna, I'm not gonna lie. I like
Yeah.
to mess around with females and be like, hey, what about that equality stuff? But I do pay on the first date, sort of, kinda.
Explain. Yeah.
I take girls out to like the park. I take girls out to like big open spaces where I know that if I do have to spend any money, it's not going to be some kind of luxurious date. I try to keep my expenditure, my costs very low, but I
Gotcha.
try to make it kind of romantic, like, oh, we're in the park in Central Park, and we're looking at the lake, and here's some tea, and I'm drinking tea, and we're just gonna look at the sky, and you talk about yourself while I
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, man. So okay. So I'll say this, right? This isn't for all women at all. I'm just saying for the girls I'm thinking about right now.
Okay.
When you start dating women who are like in that 8, 9, 10 upper echelon, like looks wise, and they're
Mm-hmm.
messing with the ballers, the rappers, the big influencers,
Mm.
sometimes a first date park may not cut it to where
No,
they
no, no.
think
I know.
that's too low investment for them. Now, for example, hey, let's go to a tea shop, then the park. That's fine, right? I think
So let me
that's
ask you. Hold on. So let me ask you a question.
yeah.
Do you go after those females that are the ones that are messing with the rappers and the ballers and
Oh, for
stuff?
sure. I do. I because most of the chicks that I've taken seriously, like almost taken seriously, were like those upper echelon 8, 9, 10. I'll show you after the show. I'll pull up their IGs and
Okay.
everything. Like
So I
they're
think that so what I think is we have different tastes,
oh for
and
sure.
and we cater to those tastes. Because I mean, if
Facts.
I was to be dealing with girls that messing with ballers and rappers, of course I probably definitely no most definitely would have to up my game to at least, if not match or be close to
A
what
drink. It
they're
is
what
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right, right. but because I'm going after more of the quiet, nerdy type. I'm fine with that. You
Ah,
know.
that's and, see, I'm glad you said that because the audience needed to hear that. Who are
Right.
you going after? If you're going after the chick that has a 50K on IG and everyone wants a piece of her, yeah, you may have to come with it. But if you're going for that quiet girl who works at CVS in the back and she's cute, she's like a seven, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And she doesn't get out much. She has like 200 IG followers. You know what I mean? She hangs out with her
Right.
dog most of the time. Yeah, she'd be stoked to go to the freaking park and just talk to somebody. But
Exactly.
when you're dealing with a
Exactly.
chick that's freaking been to Mykonos on a freaking first date, Greece, you're gonna have to come with it.
Yeah,
And see, then
it's that gauging, man. It's that what do you want? What are you
true.
looking for? What are you after? And then what are you gonna have to provide as the man to match to be able to have that good first date? So you're 100% right.
Yeah, man. And also, I'll say this, fellas. I don't how I'm gonna put this in my course as well, but it's about I call it the dating tiers, right? When you first
Mm,
start meeting, I'm spending no more than 30, $40, right? If it's, let's say it's a nice bar, a drink is, New York, bro, a drink that costs $15,
yeah.
right? You get one each, that's 30 plus a tip. We got $33 on the first day, which is not terrible. I'm
Right
just
now it's
saying,
like 50, but yeah.
yeah. So that's that, right? We're gonna stay at that tier until you start giving me what I want. Because women, what do they want? They want time, attention, courtship. Okay, I
Right.
can give you some of that. I can do some of that. But when it's time to give me my intimacy, which what I want, because we're
Mm,
not friends, we're not friends at all.
mm,
I'm pursuing a relationship with you. You have to give me what I want. And if you don't want to
mm.
give me that, that's fine. But I'm gonna go somewhere else, go to some other girl who will, right?
Right, right.
So once when you start showing up on dates, you're not flaking, you're feminine, you let me take the lead, you're sweet,
Mm.
you bring peace, you're very pleasant to be around.
But see,
Bet.
I love, by the way, not to cut you off, I just love what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Because I got so many guys that tell me, oh, I kept giving her this stuff and I don't know what's happening. And just the way you're thinking right now is just it's exactly what I wish every man were to be, which is to have standards, to not fold, and to, okay, she didn't do this, now I'm gonna do this, this, and this. Very meticulous, very articulate. Just
Yeah.
again, man, props to you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bro. So it's a tier system. As you start to, you know, be amazing to me, I'm gonna up the ante, right? Okay, you
Mm,
show up on 2, 3 dates in a row. You've never flagged. You've always looked good. You've always been sweet, feminine, caring. Okay, bet. Now we're gonna go to dinner, and I have no problem dropping $100. Zero,
there you go.
because you've proven yourself to me as a good woman, and I want to invest in good women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because good women, instead of me dating like four average chicks who are just, sometimes they're fickle. And if I find, one solid chick, now I may have to have only two girls on the side or one girl on the side that I see
Right.
who's a bit more on the average side.
All
But
based
if
on
I
the levels.
exactly, so you're making my life easier, right? Because I know for a fact I can call you any day of the week and you're free because you
Mm,
see me as that guy. So
mm.
you know what I mean. So I reward women who come correct, but I
Yes.
and I don't reward women who don't come correct. So
Do
say you
not
flake,
reward bad behavior. I keep
yeah,
telling people this.
not rewarding that. And it's another thing on top of that. Some men will go, okay, want to get drinks? No, I'm good. Want to get drinks again? Like a week later? No, I'm good. Okay, how about a Laker game? Okay, fine. It's like men will up the ante when there's no respect given, thinking that if I up the
Hmm.
ante, she'll come. You're right. She did come on that date, bro, but she sees you as a loser. Because it's like, dude, if a girl was DMing me, asked me to get a drink, and I never responded to her, then she offered me like, oh, let's go to a steakhouse. I'm like, girl, you have no. I'm gonna go on the steakhouse date, eat this steak, and go home. But I don't respect you
Right.
because now you're trying to buy me up the ante, and that's how
Pretty
girls see
much.
you too. That's how girls see you too. They see you as what AMS calls the beta male provider.
Hmm. They see you as that financial support. They want that cash and they'll try to get it. And if you're willing to give it, they'll definitely take it.
And it's funny. So like, let's do roles reverse because guys always get mad at chicks, but you got to think of the roles reverse. Okay, a girl that takes advantage of men that give away free validation, free dates, and everything else. It's the same when a girl's going to come over at 1 a.m., get her back blown out, and sent home.
Very true.
Because what you want is sexual access to this woman. So if she's going to
Right.
come over, you have to do no courtship, no texting, just a WID, nothing. Cool, come over. You do what you do, and she leaves. That's that's the same thing. The
Equivalent
woman,
exchange, bro.
it's an even exchange, right? So if a woman, if a man's willing to give up a bunch of free validation and attention, she'll take that gladly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Oh
blame
yeah.
her. But this is just like, oh, it's like a man's like, oh, if you're going to come over at 1, 2 a.m. when on my demand and do whatever I want, and I have to court you, take you serious, okay, I'm gonna take that from you. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Girls don't understand. Girls don't seem to understand. Some girls don't seem to understand that. A lot of girls, at the upper echelons definitely do understand that. Those are the ones that are like, well, I know my worth. And again, like you said, I can't really be mad at them. There was a time where I was very upset. I was like, oh, these women, they using us. And then I was like, well, what do I want? Like you said, we want sexual access. Okay. So she's looking for an exchange of resources, whereas I get an exchange of the physicality. So am I going to be upset at the rules that are set, or am I going to learn to play the game? And I'll be better at learning to play the game than just sitting being upset.
that's what I tell guys a lot too, man. Is some men take the RP and spend their whole rest of their life mad. For
Mm,
me, I took the RP. Okay, these are the rules of the game. Women are hypergamous. Women want the best option. So I'm gonna get my money up, my fitness up, confidence
yes.
up, my abundance mindset up, and I'm gonna become by 30 like Giga Chad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I have the house. Nah, I don't want a house. I want a high rise apartment. I have the high rise apartment in the downtown city. I have the
Right.
car. I have the lifestyle. I have the social circle. Like, bro, I met. I can't talk. I went and met up with Steph is Cole this year. I went and met
Nice.
up.
Yeah, I
I
saw
went,
that, bro.
yeah, I went and met up with Austin Dunham this year. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
my
that's
social
fire.
circle is growing. You know what I mean? To where it's like,
You're becoming higher, you're going higher and higher, and as a result you want to keep going higher and higher in lifestyle, which is going to upgrade you as far as the women that are interested in you and so on. You're playing the game the right way, you're benefiting, you're helping them, but you're mainly doing it for you. The side effect is them coming towards you, or should I say the more high value female coming towards you because you're willing to grind on yourself. It's the side effect.
absolutely, man. Like you put in the work now, and by the time you're hopefully in your 30s, you have it figured out, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do I say this properly? When guys DM you, email you, whatever, what's a
Right.
very common DM that you get from men that go, "Oh my god, another one of these."
The DMs I get from men are, how do I know she likes me? Or how do I deal with rejection? Those are the two things I get from guys in my DMs.
Okay.
A guy will be in a relationship with a girl and he'll be like, I've been dating this girl, but she's been pulling back. I've been giving her more, but she seems to be leaving me. A lot of guys seem to not understand that a relationship is a push and a pull. A lot of
It's messed up. Guys didn't get
yeah,
a girlfriend and the game is over. It's not, unfortunately.
it's not. It's what's sad is you have to be the same man forever, constantly pulling back and then going forward and pulling back. A lot of guys don't know, like I said before, how to say no,
Yeah.
and pull back. I watched my father do this. He's still married to my mother because of this. And my dad would be like, I'm gonna go out for a few days. See you. And he'd be out. And my mom would be like, where were you been? He'd be like, I was out. I'm back. You can't be afraid. My dad always tells me, even to this day, he'd be like, son, if your mother were to leave, I would be fine. And he said, you need to have that mindset at all times, and you will be fine. Right? She's
Yeah.
sleeping in your bed, she's eating your food, she's in your house, she clearly attracted to you, she's sucking your D. But if she were to leave the next day, you need to be like, okay, because best believe she will come back.
So that's the abundance mindset 101 right there, man. And
Mm-hmm.
my top DM is getting girls back, right?
Oh,
You
Jesus
know,
Lord.
getting girls back. And
Oh God.
I tell them, hey, bro, like, did she leave you? And then most of the time it's, yeah, she left me. And I tell them, listen, bro, like, especially if they're like in a relationship, if
Right.
she dumped you, she mentally detached from you at least a month ago. Bare
Oh
minimum.
yes.
Bare minimum. So you fighting for her back now, she's already moved on. Like
Hmm.
the day she broke up with you, she's been over you for 30 days already, you know, or longer,
Facts.
or longer. So, and just best believe she knew who had it next. And by
Hmm.
it, you know I'm talking about, fellas. So it's an uphill battle you're never gonna win. The best way to get her back, bro, is to move on. Because here's the
Move on
thing.
and become more valuable.
She's gonna girls have an ego, and when she breaks up with you, she's expecting you to be outside of her house with a boombox playing, you know, freaking boys to men. And when you go out, live a social life of abundance, you're posting yourself on Instagram story, not like out with girls, because that's corny in my opinion. But you're out, you're at the club, you're at the bar with your boys, you're, you know, going on a hike. You're showing her that the breakup hasn't affected you. That's
Oh,
gonna
it
mess
messes
with
with
her.
that.
Make that's gonna mess with her even more. Make her call you like, hey, like how have you been? Like you good? Like she wants to know. Damn, like I want you to kind of fight for me, and you're not doing it, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
what's gonna
happened to me a
mess with
couple
her.
times. I love that, bro. It's awesome when that happens when a girl leaves and you're just like whatever, and then they're just watching you on Instagram and you're like, why is this girl watching me on Instagram every day? And you're just like whatever, and you're just traveling and stuff. I went to Seattle like what 2 months ago, and
Nice.
this girl was like, what are you in? You're in Seattle? I was like, why are you messaging me?
Facts.
Like, and I just keep on rolling, man. And then when I was in Vegas in June, because I traveled to like 8 major cities this year. I'm very proud of that. When I was out in Las Vegas, this girl was like, "What are you doing in Vegas?" And I'm just like, "Aren't you with John in like X and X state and X and X town? Like,
Yeah,
have fun with John. Like I'm traveling, working on my business, talking with people, trying to network. You know, so that's
gotcha.
what guys. That's why I stress to men all the time. Because I mean, I would say that my content isn't necessarily dating content like yours is. I feel like yours is better aimed towards how to be more functional in dating,
Yeah.
whereas mine is really about calling out the BS and the double standards today with men and women. So again, I would say you probably have a lot more understanding and better experience when it comes to things like this.
Okay.
But I definitely do have guys asking me more about dating advice.
Yeah.
And I have been having to listen more to you and other people who do that more often than I do. Because again, I'm more about making fun of the double standards and calling it out. I would say you're more practical, not to shoot me down and boost you up, but I would say you're more of a practical usage kind of guy, and I'm more of a just let's laugh at life kind of guy.
Yeah. Most of your content I see on TikTok is mostly, you know, girls saying something, and you try to, you know, point, you know, poke the holes in the logic, you know,
Right.
which is great. But then, you know, when you come to my channel, I'll like, okay, this was you on the first date. This is what you talk
Yes.
about.
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I mean? So
You make it, you're more let these are the steps.
absolutely, you know, because I feel like men really, really need help with this, man. Because most of the time their dad isn't, you know, giving them game. You know what I mean? The dad is just, oh, happy wife, happy life. Just make sure she's happy and everything else in your life should be fine. You know, and that's what men are hearing.
Oh, actually, can I ask you a question? Have
Yeah.
you ever had somebody DM you and say, "Bro, you're like a brother to me. You're like a father to me." Have you ever had that?
I haven't had the father or brother, but I have had like you've been like a mentor, you know, like a mentor to me. So
Okay.
that's something. But okay, but I gotta ask you something though. This is probably the last topic on call it a day. So one thing about TikTok is it has two features that may
Mm,
get you in trouble with girls you're talking to. Number one, people you may know.
mm,
And number two, from your contacts.
right.
So I had a girl that you met, of course, not in your, you know, costume. And it says from your, she's going through TikTok and it says from your contacts, Black Spider Guy. And she's like, huh? And she texts you saying, like, is this you?
Oh, I
Like,
fixed that, bro. I fixed that a long time
how'd you
ago.
fix that?
I outsource my TikTok. Someone else runs my page for me, and I send them my videos that I create. They upload it so it's not correlated to me. I make sure everything is dissociated from my real life. I have had people say, hey, you sound like that guy. And I'm like, no,
Really, they found your, they heard your voice,
yeah,
and they,
somebody, so
wow,
yeah, because this is not necessarily my real voice, even right now. I'm kind of like up pitching it and distorting it a tad bit
yeah,
because I like the voice act. But
yeah,
even when I do speak normally, people are like, wait a minute, you sound like that guy. And I'm like, that's not me. So not a lot of people even know who I really am. And it's been a very guarded secret. And many people have tried, but I use fake numbers and different emails and I outsource things just to mitigate what you just said.
wow. Honestly, man, like it's not me throwing shade, but that sounds exhausting sometimes.
It is.
It is. Yeah,
It is, but I my version of the man is I just wanted to be a hero. Not to
yeah,
sound nerdy or
yeah, yeah.
childish,
I
but
feel you. Yeah,
I kind of wanted I saw everyone being serious and
yeah,
hardcore and I was like, let me just have fun with this, right? Let me just be goofy, silly, have a blast, not necessarily have you focus on who I am, but focus on what I'm trying to say. And I
okay,
felt like the mask and the hoodie and the gloves definitely helped you say, okay, what is he saying versus who is this guy and why is he saying it?
got you. So for me, I've lost two chicks due to this. Now it's funny.
Damn.
Both of them weren't that hot. The first one gave her a 7 flat, but she's cute, but it wasn't a smoke show. The
Right,
second one, I give her a 7.5, so another point added, a half point added. She wasn't an 8 though; she's like a 7, 7.5.
right.
And it's funny. I made a video about it, and I made a video about it, and it's flexing my abundance mindset. So she texts
Mm,
me saying, "Hey, this is legit the day of our date. I'm kidding, like the day of our date." She goes,
mm,
"Hey, either she, okay, I don't remember one day I posted my TikTok on my story of me
mm,
doing something non-dating related. It was like a Kanye audio, and she saw
mm,
the tag. So she's like, She probably looked it up that day before our date, and she said, "Hey, sorry TikTok. It's really embarrassing how you talk about dating, see how anyone takes your advice. Obviously, tonight is off." And I just held down the message, hit the love button because with iMessages you can do reaction. I hit the
right.
love button, and I wish I saw her face, right? Because she's expecting me again to get on my hands and knees. Hey, I'm sorry, sorry,
Right.
apologizing. And I'm not sorry for anything I've said ever. So I guarantee you, she was like, damn, like he doesn't give a F. He just
Mm.
loved the message and kept going. And then made a video about it. Because you know what I mean? They made a video about it. That's to really show he doesn't care, you know?
Mm,
But every girl that actually liked and had a crush on, and they knew about it,
mm,
and they didn't care. Or if they cared, they didn't vocalize it. But
mm.
they knew defund simping was a thing. You know what I mean?
Got you, got
And
you.
one girl actually encouraged it, and she was like, dude, the DMs I get from men are just ridiculous. Like she said, because she's this girl's a smoke show. I'm talking like 5'7", abs, fake tits, blonde hair. Like she's a smoke show. And she
Right.
had guys DM her going, hey, I know a girl like you would never talk to a guy like me. It's just like just low confidence beta cuck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, I see why your channel exists, because like most of the DMs I get are men devaluing themselves and putting me on a pedestal, you know?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
she's seeing
a lot
why.
of based girls are actually aware. I have a lot of female followers now myself, and they're like, "Thank you for calling out the BS. I'm tired of the men pedestalizing. I do want a man to be strong." There's women out there that understand. So, a lot of guys think that there aren't, but there are.
If I'm willing to be the villain, if anything, the last girl, like that blonde girl I was talking about with the abs and the fake
Right.
tits, she actually told me she gets a rush being with me. It's like I'm with this super hated, you know, internet star that people in the comment section think he's such this horrible guy. When I'm with him, I have an amazing time, and he's the sweetest and most, kind guy. You know what I mean? So it's like this
Hmm.
contrast of like this internet villain, but when he's with me, it's like Beauty and the Beast. You know what I mean?
They love that beauty beast stuff, man. The darkness. The I know one dude was just like, "Yo, Spider Guy, man, do you ever tell people?" And I'm just like, "Nah, I can't do it." I'm like, it's just like when I watched the Spider-Man movie, I was like, at the end, I was like, yeah, I'm just like you, Peter. I'm just like you.
Yeah, man. And like, and not to be a pessimist, but let's say you find the one, like you find a girl you're really, really into.
Right.
What happens to your brand? Like, do you like go away? Like, do you freaking do these videos when she's sleeping, or like like like
I'm
that's
gonna I'm gonna have to keep it a secret, man. I really want to keep this away from everything and just focus in on it just being me and the people that need help. And with great power comes great responsibility, bro.
facts. Got you, man. Well, hey, man, this conversation's been epic as I knew, like I would be, like it would be, and I appreciate you coming on, brother. And we gotta do it again soon.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. This is for me. I'm kind of like nerding out a little bit low key.
Yeah,
It's like you I see you everywhere, bro. And the fact that you've talked to one of my mentors, Steph is cold, bro. I have even more respect for you, bro. So definitely hope we can do this again and keep doing your thing, bro.
thanks, man. I appreciate.